Oreos, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and salt and vinegar chips. These are a staple to any Canadian or American diet, especially my diet. That's why my teeth are absolutely In this video, I want to remake all of these with natural ingredients to see if 1, they actually taste any better, or 2, if they're even healthier for you. Once we remake these, we'll also taste them at the same time. And I'm doing this because I want to see if there's any merit to those health food snobs on TikTok. You know, the assholes who make you feel terrible inside. But like, look here. There's over 18 ingredients in these. And on these Lay's salt and vinegar chips, 8 ingredients when it should only be 4. And in Reese's, don't even get me started on these. There's over 18 ingredients in here, and 4 of which are just preservatives. So I hear you asking right now, what's the point, Oliver? Who cares if I eat 20 ingredients? I'm gonna die anyway. And that's a fair thought. I don't want to sit here and tell you what to eat. Your body is your body. My real goal here is just to show you how much work it would really take to make all of these from scratch, and how often people think more ingredients equals more bad. So let's start out with the common Oreo right here. That's an Oreo. In a normal cookie, there's oftentimes fat, a starch, a leavener, some sweetener, and some salt. And that's 5 natural ingredients, and Oreos have all of them. Plus, a little sneaky substance called soy lecithin. This is an emulsifier derived from soybeans. This really adds to the texture of the Oreo, the outside and the inside. But it's made by processing soybeans beyond belief. But a natural alternative exists in something you probably see every day, and that's eggs. It's between the egg yolk and the egg white. It surrounds the yolk in a casing and ensures that the egg yolk does not spill into the egg white. That's the whole thing around the egg yolk. Now, there's a whole chemistry process involved in removing the lecithin completely, but using acetone doesn't sound very natural, does it? So, in order to extract our normal lecithin, we're gonna do it in a natural way. Manually. I tried to crack the egg with my hand just now, but I can't do it. Ah! 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 Manually. Fuck! See that white part of the egg yolk there? That's the natural forming lecithin in an egg. It's the same stuff that the food industry uses, but without the industrial equipment or the corporate greed going involved in there, too. My cat's just running around. Now, combining flour, cocoa powder, salt, powdered cane sugar, and our lecithin-rich egg yolk, we can pretty much make our own cookie base. Simple, right? Until you realize that Oreos also contain vanillin, which is basically a synthetic compound emulating vanilla flavoring. And so we're gonna swap that for real vanilla extract, the real shit. Ya yeet, ya yeet, ya yeet. I flattened my cookies out with a rolling pin, and then using a paring knife, I kind of cut out 1.75mm length cookies using the actual Oreo cookie just for a base, because I wasn't sure entirely what the right size would be. I didn't know. And then I bake it at 325 for about 12 minutes. For our filling, we're using similar ingredients: powdered cane sugar, vanilla extract, cornstarch, butter, and that good old-fashioned lecithin. Frosting! Once the wafers are out of the oven, we can let them cool, and then we'll spread on that delicious cream. Wow, that looks like shit. Wow. Now look, I like double stuffed Oreos. That's why there's so much filling in them. Don't fucking judge me! But before we actually dig into the cookie here, I want to make sure I cook all of those before I start snacking, because this video will come out in 2 weeks if not, and I'll be a lazy sack of shit. So don't blame me for waiting. Blame the cookie, okay? They look good. So what's the deal with these then? Why are so many people so scared of just a chip? What could be in a chip that could be so bad? They should be very simple, right? Potatoes, oil, salt, and vinegar. And that's basically just 4 ingredients, right? But most commercial brands of salt and vinegar chips have 8 to 10 ingredients in them, including dextrose, maltodextrin, citric acid, and natural flavorings too, which basically means we just don't want to tell you what's in this. So for ours, we're gonna go primal. 4 ingredients. First one, russet potatoes. Now, potatoes are hydrophilic, which means that they absorb liquid. So to start, we can basically just take our sliced potatoes here, slap them in a bowl of 50-50 water and apple cider vinegar, and then let them boil for about 5 minutes. After that, we'll let them cool in a cold water bath. After they had cooled, I powdered them dry and then coated them with a little bit of avocado oil. Mainly because canola oil is heavily processed. Ooh, heavily processed foods are coming to get you in your sleep. Now we can air fry for about 10 minutes and give them a little shimmy. Once they're golden brown, I toss them in a little warm vinegar and salt while they're still hot. Now the problem here is that vinegar and oil do not mix, and that's called immiscibility. It's the same reason every vinaigrette in your fridge looks like a failed science experiment. Commercial chips fix this problem by using a substance called maltodextrin. It's basically a powdered starch that sticks to the chip. But because we boiled them in a 50-50 mix of water and vinegar and barely coated them with oil, they should have a zesty, nice, yum-yum kind of vibe to them. No keezy, straight diggity. Alright, so that's 2 snacks down, 1 to go. And now we arrive at the true final boss of this video. And that is Mr. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Peanut butter, chocolate, and a just pure corporate evil in one little chocolate little bar. Each one of these has 18 ingredients in it. And honestly, that's kind of fair. It's kind of a miracle these things even exist. You got multiple layers going on, just multiple ways to burn down my kitchen. So let's see how I do with this. So here's what's actually in a Reese's cup. A sweetened milk chocolate shell that's made out of cocoa powder, milk fat, sugar, and emulsifiers. And a peanut filling that is pretty much just not peanuts. And because we're staying natural, no hydrogenated oils, no emulsifiers, and definitely no preservatives, I start by making my own chocolate, using cocoa powder, coconut oil, honey, and just a pinch of salt. No refined sugar, no emulsifiers, and definitely no natural flavoring, whatever that could mean. I have no idea what that means. As that melts together, it'll turn glossy and smooth, kind of like real chocolate, but more sticky and judgmental. For our filling, I'm using natural peanut butter, the creamy kind. It's so fucking oily, God. With a little honey and just a touch of coconut oil. Just enough to make it creamy and pipeable. Again, no funny oils, no preservatives, just straight on vibes, bro. Now, I spoon a little bit of the chocolate mixture. I'm using like a little muffin tin here. It didn't work out great. I had to torch it at the end to get them out, but they did come out. And then I let it chill for a few minutes. Then, pipe in our peanut butter filling and seal it with a little bit more chocolate on top. Then we toss those in the fridge for 15 minutes or so. And now look at that! That's not a Reese's, that's a Mises. I made it. It's made out of me. It's vegan, it's homemade, and I made it with my fists, so it's probably good. All right, it's time to taste test natural versus store-bought. Hooray! But before we go anywhere here, I just want to make sure that I'm not being fully biased with you, because I made these. There could be an information bias here. So I'm gonna get my wife to come in and try some of these as well. Okay, so let's start with the Oreo here and take a look at the difference between mine and what I have here. I think mine look a lot worse than the original, but whatever, I don't even care. My feelings aren't even hurt at all, actually. This is the original. Ah! I don't know what you want from me. It's delicious and it's yummy. It's good. It's delicious. Good. Okay, now the natural one instead. I'm getting a lot of chocolate, like shortbread kind of taste. Cream is definitely better. It's far more superior. But the cookie's not as good. This is my what? That's staying in. Yeah, it has to, legally. Try the natural Oreo. What do you think?
Oh my God.
The cookie just kind of tastes like nothing.
Oh, okay.
And then the icing also just kind of tastes like nothing.
I don't think it's necessarily worth the work. These 3 cookies that I made here took about an hour and a half. Now, is it worth the cost? No. It was about $20 worth of ingredients to make these 3 cookies. So I don't know if it's necessarily worth it to go out and buy $20 worth of ingredients. And if you look right here, they're not even that much better for you. But there is the plus of knowing everything that's in it. There's only 11 ingredients in those cookies, as opposed to the 18 that's in the Oreo. Now we're gonna move on to the Lay's salt and vinegar chips. All right, so here's the original. Yeah, it burns my mouth. Now for a more natural salt and vinegar chip, right here we go. These are really good. These are actually pretty good.
Let me pick one out.
No.
Why?
Because some of them are chewy now because they've been sitting too long. Eat the crispy part. That's not the crispy part. Eat the crispy part!
The crispy part also tastes bad.
No, it doesn't. It tastes good.
It does not taste like salt and vinegar. It just tastes like...
Is it worth the work of making potato chips? If you really like making potato chips, then go ahead. But I don't think it's entirely worth it to spend 40 minutes, maybe 30 minutes making potato chips for a small bowl like this. Now, is it worth the cost? These costed me about 20 bucks, excluding the ingredients that I already had at home. And as you can see right here, I don't know if the macros really make sense at all to make these at home. And as you can see right here, this is the last one we'll be doing. This is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Oh, it's delicious. I love them. As you can see, there's a whopping difference between between mine and this. It is almost abysmal. This is good. I love a Reese's peanut butter cup. I love the way I can feel the nuts sticking to my bones inside my body. All right, now it's time for the Mises. These are the ones that I made. This was the hardest one. I had to try this like 5 times. All right, bottoms up. Damn, I don't know, it's really good. It's really good.
They don't look terrible.
They're okay. They're all right. Eat it. Is it possible to bite it?
I like the peanut butter.
Do you? It's natural peanut butter.
When chocolate gets this cold, it doesn't really taste like anything. Okay, I'm kind of tasting it now. I like it because it kind of tastes like dark chocolate.
Yeah, it's dark chocolatey, right?
I like dark chocolate.
Is it worth the work? I don't think so. These took me probably an hour. Again, we only got 3, but the mess that these things have caused in my life, I've got so many dishes because the chocolate here was not behaving. These were actually relatively low cost. I would say that these are probably $2.50 each. For a more natural version, that's not that bad. Considering there's 10 ingredients rather than 21, I think we did beat the challenge there. But it's just, I don't know. I'm not sold on these yet. They taste really good. And on top of that, these are actually lower in fat and lower in calories than the natural version. Hey, real quick, if you like this video, maybe consider subscribing. As a small channel, I would appreciate it a lot. But if you don't want to, I understand too, that's fine. So yeah, after all that work, a lot of the natural versions just kind of tasted worse. They cost more, and they took a lot of work, which honestly might be the most natural thing about them. I think the real lesson here should be, if you want an Oreo, just eat an Oreo. I've got another video right here, which is basically me just letting my cat decide what I eat for dinner for 3 whole days.